AfterBuzz TV, starting place to the likes of WWE female superstars Kathy Kelly, Sonya Deville, and Zelina Vega proudly presents Women's Wrestling Weekly, the world's first podcast and YouTube series dedicated exclusively to women's wrestling, featuring all the latest news as well as interviews with top superstars in the industry. And now, AfterBuzz TV's own gorgeous lady of wrestling, TK Trinidad.
Bonjour, welcome. My name is TK Trinidad, aka the Canadian Assassin. Sarah's out, but you're gonna know why in a few. Evan T. Mac out for this portion of it. You are watching Women's Wrestling Weekly, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet. So we have, we're gonna do some news, star of the week, all that good stuff. But we are known for having the most amazing guests, and today is no different. She is an actress, model, stuntwoman, and wrestler from the original Glow. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you guys need to do your research. If you're watching Glow on Netflix, you should know about the original Glow. Please welcome Hollywood.
Thank you.
No problem. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
So much to get into. First off, so season 2 premiered a couple months ago. I'm guessing you watched it.
Yes,
How did you like it?
So I saw season 1, which I absolutely loved from the get-go.
Mm-hmm.
And on season 2, I'm like, this is even better than season 1. And my favorite character, even though people may not like him, Mark Maron.
Oh yeah,
my
he did
God.
an amazing job.
So for the first season, I wasn't quite sure about him, but man, I saw him this season. I go, that man's got game. There's something about him that's very.
Is it how he related to his daughter, or?
I like his comebacks. You know, when somebody there's something about the delivery of those lines and the way that he is kind of sarcastic.
Yeah.
And it's nothing like our director was at all. There was no game with Matt Cimber. But something about Mark, and I would catch myself talking out loud. I'm like, or laughing. I'm like, scream. You know, or I'd watch it on a plane.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Oh,
catch myself
gosh.
going, just the lines and the way he delivers them.
I'm the worst watching. I am vocal with everything.
Me too.
And people are like, "What?" I'm like, "I'm watching." And
Yeah,
then
you're
with your
sitting here
phone,
like
too.
this.
Yeah.
You're in there on the plane and you're like, ha!
And they're like, "What's wrong with?" He's like, "Nothing. I'm just watching you."
Yeah.
So have you met any cast members from Glow?
I met Jackie Ton here, actually, a little while ago. Wonderful, sweet girl. Of course, Awesome Kong. I met her a long time ago, and to see her blossom so much.
Doing so well.
So I remember when she wasn't, Glow Netflix was not even cast. Nobody even knew about that. And I remember her winning an award at CAC and speaking with her, but that's pretty cool. And I think her acting, I just looked at her and just went, was it the second? Yeah, the second season when she had so much more dialogue.
Oh, yeah.
With her and her son.
More storyline, yeah.
Oh my gosh, she was so good. I have chills telling you that because it's just nice to see somebody come along.
Yeah.
So
Something totally different, but almost the same kind of.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So
And
psyched
it's
for
funny
her.
because I believe when she went in for the audition, they didn't even know who she was.
Even better.
And it's just like,
Yeah, I know. Isn't it's weird that
and then if you Google it, you're seeing this.
you're like, hello,
plethora
I've
of-
done this, and yeah.
So, kind of tying everything together. So David McLean was part of one of the reasons why Glow, the original one, started. And obviously,
Right.
because of that,
Right.
you get Glow Netflix. Now, WoW is going to be debuting again
Yes.
for another season.
Yes.
Now, you are still wrestling.
Yes.
So has David
Young
talked
kids,
to you?
do plan B, do something else. You don't want to keep
You look
falling.
amazing, though.
You know what? I'm not going to be the one that jumps off the ropes, unless I'm jumping into someone's arms that's
Right.
much bigger than me. But I'm not going to kill myself. I killed myself when I was in my 20s.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So were you asked and you declined it, or would you want to be asked for WoW?
Oh my God, if David asked me to do something, I would do that for him in a heartbeat. David, hello.
Just saying.
There's some girls. Hey, me and Lana Starr, we go back.
Friend of the show. She was on our
Beautiful
second
girl.
show.
Sweet
second or third show.
girl. Yeah, and somebody asked me, oh my gosh, look what's up there. Ha ha. I didn't know that was being played.
Oh yeah, we play some
Sorry about
videos.
that.
No, you good. So we have to let David know. Why don't you send him a text or something? Just hey,
I did send him a text a couple of nights ago
Okay,
about,
just-
yeah.
like, by the way,
By the way, I'm
wrestle.
still here.
Just-
Hello.
Putting out there. So what's your relationship with? So you sent him a text. So obviously a friendly relationship.
Yes.
How often do you guys talk?
I talk to David when I need something or he needs something, doesn't it? I mean, that's the
Good
truth.
friendship. Yeah.
I mean, I'm being honest. I'm pretty honest. If I say, hey, David, or I'll do like a conventions. I do a lot of those. I'm saying it wrong. Jerry Jarrett, who's the old man?
Isn't Jeff Jarrett? No.
No, his father, Jerry.
Jerry. Okay.
So yes, Jerry, and I'm at a convention. I'm signing autographs, and they're telling me Jerry's next to me, and he looks at me. He goes, "Young lady, you're doing something really good."
You
he
are.
said, and then he asked me, "Does David McLean still do Glow?" He said, and I go, "Not Glow." I said, "But what a nice man." So right away I texted David the next day. Oh my God, he says, "I love him. I met him when I was 20," and it's cute. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then
So when I when there's
yeah,
that.
it's a mutual friendship. Like
Right.
Yeah. So you did mention on the Comic-Con, the LA Comic-Con,
Coming
the
up.
possibility of WoW and Glow being on one
Panel. Yeah.
So is that like just a thought? Or
No,
is
no, no,
that-
no. That's something we're working. So I had a panel that was confirmed, and I knew David was going to be there, and he has a panel. So I just out of the blue said, "Hi, David. We're going to be doing a panel on Saturday. Would you comment? Would you be the moderator?" Then he comes back later. Yes, he goes, "What I'd like to do is put WoW and Glow on the same panel.
That would be awesome.
And then moderate both of them, and
Yeah.
that would just be tremendous."
And now who's gonna be on the panel for Los Angeles?
For Glow,
Yeah.
myself, the character Lightning, the first season Jungle Woman,
Okay.
that's Annette, the first season April Hong, who played the Royal Hawaiian.
Okay.
Third season would be Tanya the Russian, so she was the second Russian. Little Egypt may be there. Godiva is supposed to be there, but she still might be on vacation. Please come. I think it's those 7 ladies.
All right.
Oh, Daisy, another character, real tall, third, fourth season.
So it's
Daisy.
Good amount. That would be
Yeah.
an awesome panel.
To put everybody, and you know what? It's awesome to have you're a first season girl and a second season girl, and because everybody has different experiences.
But you were on all 4.
I did. I stuck it through. Don't you know what? I'm that type of person. If there's something going good, why not take it all the way through? And I enjoyed it. I loved it. When our second season had ended, I went to Japan for a little bit, did a little modeling there, and then all of a sudden we have season 3 and 4, all brand new girls. The only people that stayed with seasons 1 and 2 was Mountain Fiji and myself. So I had a whole new crew of girls. So that was interesting to start all over again. And I wasn't going to come back. I said, no. They're like, what do you want to do, Hollywood? I said, what do I want to do? I said, I'd like to just come in once a month to Vegas. No, you can't come in once a month. How about this? How about if you come in on Wednesdays and then we'll do a rehearsal with cameras on Friday. We'll tape the show on Saturday. And I'm like, he goes, we'll pay all your airfare and we'll do this and that. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, that's because it's like what, an hour, 45 minutes.
Yeah, but I just didn't want to live there full time because
There's nothing happening there.
not at that time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you don't go there for the casinos and everything,
Back in
just
the
to live
80s,
there,
you guys, there was nothing going on. There was an old casino called the Paddle Wheel, and the Paddle Wheel had all the crab legs you could eat for $5.99, and me and the director's son, and I think it might have been Johnny C. We'd go there and eat all the crab legs you could eat for $5.99.
Oh, gosh.
Next season it was $10.99, and then it was gone.
Who knows what it is now? Now, you also mentioned during your 4 years at Glow, you never won a belt.
We didn't have, okay, so I was tag team in the beginning, so there were no tag team. We didn't have belts, we had crowns. I never, bad guys back then, I'm a heel.
So, do you wish? Well, one, did you win any belts or titles
I won
after
nothing.
that? No, not even during, because you were still wrestling.
Yes, I didn't win anything. Yeah, well, we had little things that said that we won blah, 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 blah. I didn't win nothing. The cool thing, though, is because, and Johnny C. had told me this was our other host of the show in the second and third and fourth season and producer. He said we had to, excuse me, I'm sorry, it was our writer, Steve Blantz, who said, Jeannie, when you were losing, we had to dupe, I don't know what the word is, to dupe in the boos for you because people were applauding you and booing our winners.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Pardon?
So just change the audio a little
Yeah,
bit.
change the audio around. I said, really? So they let me, I started to win a lot more in my seasons 3 and 4.
So here's what you need to do.
Okay.
Text David.
David,
Hey, I'm still around. I'm still wrestling. I never had a chance of winning a crown.
give it to me once. Yeah. Come on, David.
I mean, that
there's
would be
the challenge.
an ultimate crossover.
Oh my God.
Just
Just saying.
I just create ideas.
We like that.
So
Are you listening, David?
now, Ivory, she actually was in the Hall of Fame, I believe a year or 2 ago, and she actually mentioned
Yes.
Glow in her
Yes,
acceptance
she
speech.
did.
Now, do you still talk to her
When we do,
when you cross paths?
when
and
we
stuff
cross
like
paths, because she's up, we're all in different places.
that? Yeah, I think Lily
But-
Egypt said she was in Canada or something like that.
Not Canada. She's in on a little island off of Seattle,
Oh, wow.
Washington.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's almost like the Victoria Islands, but
Yeah,
Seattle.
and those beautiful islands. I know she is really fond of animals, and she has an animal
like mini farm, rescue farm, or something like that.
thing. Yeah.
Okay, nice. So here's the thing. Another interview that you did, there was a gentleman on the interview with you that mentioned, so we have women's evolution that's happening with WWE.
Right.
He had said that the women's evolution, a lot of the stuff that Glow did almost 30 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
they're doing now in WWE. Why do you feel like it's like, aside from Ivory mentioning Glow, why do you feel like WWE has not said anything about Glow? Do you think it's like licensing? Do you think if they give the acknowledgement, then they have to pay for that?
You're asking me a question that I'm like, I have no idea, but I remember when we were starting Glow at Nappy, where you go for, where buyers go to pick up your show, buy the show.
And that's in the second season too.
Yes,
Yeah.
and that was so unreal because I'm like, that happened. Yes, that happened. So we're down in New Orleans, and here's Vince over here with his guys, and here's Glow over here.
Oh wow.
And those guys were far away from us, and they were told not to talk to the Glow girls. Vince said, don't go over and talk to them. So here's a story. I start walking by myself, and here comes Jesse the Bod Ventura, and he looks at me, and I look at him. I go, we're not supposed to talk to each other. He goes, I know, but let's talk. So they really, now knowing that they weren't supposed to really talk with us, or when I've done the conventions, I'll have certain guys going, we watched you. We watched you guys. We definitely knew who you were.
I mean,
and
Steve Austin did the whole Glow rap with Lil Egypt in an interview.
That's,
Stone Cold Steve
that's
Austin.
badass.
And yeah, I should pull up that clip. That clip.
That's cool.
She mentioned it, and I looked it up the other day. I'm like, wow, okay,
That's pretty cool.
This is happening. So,
That's awesome.
Do you? I feel like they almost should have. Actually, I don't think they can buy the rights to the shows, but like at least have them.
Well,
on
this
the
is what
network.
I think they should do. Exactly. So this is something that I wanted the girl who owns the trademark, Ursula Hayden. And this is like 2003, 2004. I called her up. I go, let's get all of the tapes, or whatever they are, whatever inch tapes. I said, and edit them down to half hours and put them back on TV.
Yeah.
Why not classic something,
Yeah.
classic wrestling? And so maybe,
Anything's
that's all I'm going to
possible.
say. That could be happening. You never know.
So now,
And then now the new generation that's watching Glow Netflix will understand, because some kids don't know. They have no idea that there was this generation or 2 generations before them that did this show. So this TV show was about this TV show. Yeah.
and the documentary came out already. It's on Netflix.
Yep.
How was it
2012.
when it came out, or when you were filming it? What was the thought process? Because there's a lot of women that were there that you hadn't seen in years.
Right.
And I know to put this nicely.
You can just say it.
Some look better than others.
Yes.
You look amazing.
You're kind. Thank you.
What was
Going
the
through my
thought
head.
process?
Yeah. So basically, the 2 producers, Brett and Brad, thought their idea was, what are the Glow Girls doing today? And they actually were doing the story on Ursula Hayden. And a few of us had come to her birthday party. Little Egypt was one of them, myself, Lightning, and some different girls. And then they saw all of us, and they're like, well, instead of doing a story just on this one girl, let's do a story on all of it. And I kid you not. Hi, what are you doing in 10 minutes? What are you going to be doing in 1 hour? I'm like,
my.
you can come over to the house and interview. Cheryl's like, I have to clean my house. Can you come in 2 hours?
This is honest.
I got to clean my house, Cheryl said. And so that's first how that came to be. I hadn't seen, and then Little Egypt started contacting all the ladies that she could find.
She was persistent.
Yes, she was. Yes, she was. And she got everybody together for this reunion that we had with Mountain Fiji. And it was beautiful. And then you saw all the girls coming out. And, you know, and we're older. We're 30 years older. You know,
Life doesn't stop.
it doesn't stop. But, you know, for myself and for Lightning, both of us, we had continued in entertainment and some wrestling. We did a lot of independent work after. Of course, then I wanted to take the easy way out because I was burnt out. You know, people ask me, well, did you audition for WWF? I was right in the middle of the broken leg
Yeah.
when they came. And I told them the
tried.
truth. I did. And I was limping and my leg was atrophied. You can still see my screws and plates.
Oh, wow.
Look
Okay,
at that.
yeah, I see the
Ugh.
scar. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's,
Anyway.
we're going to have to do a stand-up. You look fine.
Well, you know, scars, but there's all those screws popping out of there. Excuse me. And I auditioned for them, but they were asking me who trained you. I'm like Mondo Guerrero, and they're like Mondo. Jim Ross is writing all these things down and asking me these questions. I'm like, oh, they like me. I can't wrestle when I have a broken leg. I was just probably 6 weeks in, and I go, I'm sorry, you guys. I go, I have a broken leg, and they're like, see ya. But it doesn't matter. That's okay. I love the way that my life went after the fact.
Well, that's my question. So that happened and you had the broken leg.
Yep.
Is there a point when you were doing the indies that either somebody reached out to you or there was a possibility to go back, but you were just kind of loving what you were doing at that point in time?
Really, I don't remember anybody asking, come do this. Well, there was the indie stuff, and I was just, it wasn't the same as Glow at all. There wasn't that glamour and TV.
Right.
And and you have to think about it. I was just thrown into that like that.
Yeah.
You know, there was, yes, I auditioned. Yes, I trained for 2 months. But, you know, I was just lucky enough to be where I was at that time to be involved in that, into that. But I kind of was just, I'm 22, 23 years old. I want to party. Seriously, I'm telling you, this is what I wanted to do. I had already been for 4 years in Las Vegas there. So to me, the glamour was not the same. Because
And they
I
had
wanted
you
to
on
have
a
my
tight
cake and
ship,
eat it
too.
too. Let's just
Yeah.
put it that way. I wanted to have my cake and eat it too, and I couldn't do that. So I wanted to take a break and have a boyfriend and go out and go see my friends in their
have a life.
bands. Yes, and have a life and go on vacation. Then Cheryl got me into stunt work, which paid a hell of a lot better. And there are residuals. And I was like, wow, we have
Oh, awesome.
right? You know, all of that good stuff. And she helped me into that. So like I said, Cheryl and I were the only ones still doing that. Then in 2011 is when the documentary people came. And that's when I met everybody else and everybody kind of got back. And then Glow Netflix comes in, how many years after that? Like
well,
3,
we're- yeah,
18,
2 or 3 years ago.
16?
Yeah, it's 2016.
Yeah.
But in between that, you also did almost like a cosplay wrestling type thing.
Yes.
So how?
Because I couldn't be, so now you have other people coming to you. Hi, I do this. I do this kind of wrestling. We can put the ring in the backyard. Will you do this? And I met a whole slew of new people. And I kept wrestling for these companies, and I'm like, this is simple, easy. I'm like, I'm going to start my own company. And then I started Hollywood Productions. I'm like, I know girls, I know cameramen. So basically, I just took scripts, okayed everything. They paid me, I paid her, me, cameraman, and we would shoot the wrestling. So I would hire, I think, Alex Knight and Alex's ring, and he'd put it in the backyard, and my poor neighbors would probably be like,
What's going
the little kids would be like, can we go in that? It's very cute. But yeah, so I wrestled a lot of that style wrestling, and it was a lot easier. It's in the backyard. It was, you know, and some people go, oh, it's this and it's that. I don't care what kind of wrestling. We were still active
Yeah.
in doing what we were doing. And then, of course, then I broke then the leg broke, and that's when WWE came. But I still continued in that genre, I guess you would.
Yeah, because I read an article, I believe it might have been an article or interview, where the bulk of the money that you made from that, you bought your
I
first
did.
house.
Yes.
Which is
Right around the corner from here,
which is
actually.
crazy. So
Right.
do you still do stuff like that now?
A little bit. I do a little bit here and there. We have a photo shoot tomorrow, and we're doing it in the ring, and then myself and Lightning will wrestle right afterwards.
Okay.
We have a fan that won this charity event, and he wants to meet us, and he's never been in a ring, so we're going to show him the ropes, so to speak, tomorrow.
Now, there's my question. Because it's when I was reading, I think in the Thrillist article they were talking about it. When you have fans that they say they want to do this, but they might try something else.
Oh,
Has
yeah,
that always happened? Has that ever happened?
Once or twice in my life.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, sorry, goodbye. That's all you have to say. I mean,
You're like, no, we're not doing
no,
that.
we're not doing that. Because there's a lot of people that misunderstand what that means, what one-on-one wrestling may be, and I'm like, there is no sex, there is no nudity, there is none of that.
It's like,
And I'm like, so, and then of course I ask, who is doing that?
Yeah.
You know, or they'll you know, who, and I might ask that, or, oh, it doesn't say here. I'm like, then where are you looking exactly? Or I go find someone else. Click. And you know what? Don't be afraid to say no. Stand up for yourself.
Because it's like in Glow 2 where she was at the guy's hotel room and he wanted to wrestle.
Yes.
And that's not what
That's
he...
no. But then you get people, okay, so then you have people who like to kid about it. And you can be in meetings, and I am not the type of person that go, oh my God, that's not me. I can take care of myself. I'm a big girl, and I know how to say no to people nicely, you know, without taking offense to it. And some people, a lot of the girls will take offense to that. I know how to deal with that. If you've been, you know what I mean?
Just being in the industry, you have to kind of...
you just take a stance, say no. And I don't feel, they're kidding you, but they're not kidding you.
Yeah, they're testing
the waters.
So are there any female wrestlers or wrestlers in general that you feel like that you really like? WWE, Impact, Indie Scene?
So who I like watching on TV, and I think she's awesome and she looks great, is Sasha Banks.
Oh my gosh,
I think that girl, yes, so do I love her too. She just has the total package, man. I look at her, because it's interesting when you've been in the business so long, and I'm not saying that, you know, you get an idea of what the package is. It's like being on The Voice or any of those. You got to have everything, I think, to be that star. And I look at the quality of her, and I'm like,
full package.
yeah.
So definitely Sasha Banks. Now,
Charlotte Flair is good too.
Charlotte's.
Did she get hurt? Did someone say?
I think there was a rumor. There's a couple injuries last couple
of weeks. Yeah,
or so.
Maybe it wasn't her. I don't know.
So now you did Glow. You modeled for Playboy, but you also said that your parents were conservative.
Oh,
so
God.
how did that go?
Oh God.
How did that go about telling your parents?
Okay, so in Glow, our director had said Playboy's interested in doing a pictorial on some of the girls. So he had asked me and 2 other girls. I always wanted to do that. I'm like, this is going to be so cool. Oh my God. So we get there, and I'm wearing lingerie, which is awesome. I'm like, this is great. My parents will be cool because nothing's showing. Of course, the lingerie was from here to here. Then they decide to turn the lingerie the other way.
And
so now this is exposed, and this is exposed, but right? And I'm on a bathtub trying to pose and trying to make curves where there's no curves. You know, I don't have any boobs at that point and hips, but I have my legs crossed. So that's a cool thing. So my dad, so I'd already told them that it was going to happen.
Right.
So I can't remember. I was at their house, and my dad said, so he goes, where's that Playboy? He goes, I heard it came out. One of his friends told him.
Oh my gosh.
I was so embarrassed. We're Catholic, strict Catholic. Italian, my mom's Spanish, and Dad's like, let me see it. I was so embarrassed. I'm like, here, Dad, you know, and he opens the page and he looks at it, and it's silent.
Oh my god.
Doesn't say anything, and then he closes it and he gives it back to my mother. Goes, oh, thank God, her legs are closed. That's what my mother said.
That's what. I mean, it wasn't Hustler.
No,
Playboy,
you guys, but
Playboy
they don't know.
Yeah,
My mother's thinking the worst. They don't know, and it's a whole. I go, Dad, it's a whole total generation. But he goes, well, when you have a daughter, maybe you'll feel the same way. And I'm thinking, no, I won't. I will not feel the same way.
And now today they're sexting, and you can just find it on your phone all over
there
the
you
place.
go. Exactly. So,
Oh goodness. Now,
but it was embarrassing.
Now, before you started Glow, you were working at Burbank Medical. If you could talk to your younger self, Is there anything that you would tell your younger self? Like, would you tell your younger self stay at Bourbon Medical?
No,
Or would you
absolutely not.
would you say no, go this path, or continue dating this person, or what? Is there
Ooh, no,
anything-
none of those things. No. First of all, what I would say is have plan B. Go to school at some point, do it at nighttime, get another job, something afterwards. You don't want to be falling and landing in your 50s, 40s, whatever it is. Boyfriend, I'm sorry. I really think before you settle down and you're only 20, and I know because I wanted to do this, I thought, oh, in high school, I'll marry him. Nope. Oh, and I'm 22, I'll marry him. No. In Glow, I'll marry, no. Kind of play the field, be selective, find the right person that understands what you do. You don't want people who are jealous of you. I had many, and I left that situation, telling you what to do, how to do it.
Yeah, because you're probably on a
But
show and they kind of took.
Oh yeah. Oh, the jealousy is terrible. It's very ugly. But I didn't do that, so don't do that.
I feel like you're doing relationship advice. Don't do that.
Don't
Okay.
do that. Yeah, just go to school. But I think if there's something that you really want to do, go for it. You know, when you're young, you have no inhibitions at all.
So when you started Glow, because you said you
I was scared.
You did 2 months of, well, you had mentioned that essentially like in season 1 where they had the whole bunch of girls and they said this is a wrestling thing,
Yes.
a whole bunch of people walked out.
They walked out, and I was like, what does that girl know that I don't know? Holy shit.
So was there a point in time, either within the 2 months or maybe the first season filming, that you actually committed to it?
Oh yeah.
Like,
oh,
I mean,
once they read the names of the 12 that were going to do the pilot, I was in. And then I'm like, okay, they already had 12 characters. They had 12 girls. They're going to match up our personalities with these characters. I thought, please don't give me the Russian, don't give me this. I want to be either Tina and Ashley or Hollywood and Vine. And when he said, Jeannie, you're Hollywood, I'm like, oh, thank God. You know, I can relate to that character. And of course, I made her more like me because I wanted her. I'm like, what is Hollywood and Vine? What? I'm from here. What does that mean? I didn't know what it.
it's like a cross street.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it's the cross.
It's the
I go,
cross
said hookers on the street. What does that mean? You know. I made her more rock and roll because I love 80s music. And of course, you know, I had the gloves and the fishnets. All
yeah.
of that was me. They gave me this one ugly pink and black piece that I wore for the pilot. And I'm like, this is ugly. This does nothing for my flat chest at all.
Your look is, and correct me because maybe she got it off of you, is very Madonna-esque.
Yes, that too.
Now,
But
did you get it from Madonna or did Madonna
No.
get it from you?
that's a good question. No, this is where I got it from. So if you look at any of the old Cinderella videos, there's these two cute little girls that are in these tiny skirts and they have gloves on and fishnets. So to me, that was more, or look at Motley Crue videos.
Okay.
Look at the video vixens in those.
Yeah.
That's where I got it from.
Okay.
Yeah. It was more a Motley Crue type of girl.
And then Madonna saw Glow and then she got it.
There
from
she
you.
goes. That's it.
I mean, there's news right there. We have to let Madonna, like residuals or something. Don't you get like a?
Oh, do we?
Yeah.
Do we?
From Madonna. Oh, she got her look
yes.
from you.
Well, that would be nice.
Okay, we'll make it. We'll do it work. Now, do you still have the Southern the Southern Bells?
The character, the Southern Bells?
Yes.
I remember them, but what about them?
No, there was an interview that you did that where you're saying you're kind of looking for a girl that can like replace you in some sort of way.
Oh,
No.
no.
Okay.
No, that one wouldn't. No.
Okay.
No, I don't know.
No, disregard. Now, as far as dream matches, is there anybody that you want to have a dream match with, dead or alive?
That's a good question. Ooh.
Male or female?
I know. That's what I'm thinking here. Andre the Giant.
Oh, that would be great. I could see you jumping off like the third rope,
Oh, I jumped.
top rope, and
Yeah.
he like,
Yeah.
catch you. It's like, this is nothing. And just
He'd go
flips
like
you
this.
over. Yeah, that would be awesome.
Andre the Giant.
Oh my God, did you see his?
No, but I want to.
Oh,
I know what you're going to say. Yeah, you're like the second person, and I
It's
need
really-
to write that down.
His and Ric Flair's. Do you see Ric Flair's?
No. Now, let me ask you, are these on
Ric Flair is ESPN.
okay,
Andre the Giant.
HBO or something?
I
or?
want. Yeah, I think it might be HBO.
That I need to see. Now, I did go to the premiere of 350 days in New York, and that was really good. That told a story. What I liked about 350 days, Evan Ginsberg produced it. Forgive me for the director's name because I never say it right. I can't say it. I'm not going to say it.
The director.
Anyway, they did such a great job. It took them 5 years to do this particular movie, but they really, and I love the truth about telling about how it is to be on the road. And I'm talking about divorces. They called them, did they call them ring rats? The ladies, ring rats. We had those too, but they were boys following us to Shoney's. The drugs and the alcohol and the pain, and then driving from here to here. So when I first saw it, I'm like, this is dark. But it got better. And I enjoyed it. And Wendy Richter did a fantastic job in it as the only female in there. That was a good one. So
Well, that's my question. Is there anything between the documentary, the show, the original Glow, and Netflix Glow that hasn't been talked about? Like that you wish people would know from your experience from the original Glow?
Yeah. First of all, if you were caught, and you've probably heard it before, if you were caught drinking or doing drugs, you were fired immediately.
Oh.
So in Glow Netflix, you see some drug use. That did not happen on our show. And if it did, you were fired, gone. We had curfew. I don't see curfews there.
Yeah,
and I
they-
broke several of those.
No, they have a curfew. They do have a curfew,
but
I
they
think
haven't really.
It was.
They need to have it so where, like my
strict.
situation, where, hi, here's somebody playing in this particular band, and they want you to come and hang out with them. I'm like, okay, and I've got Godiva knocking on the limo. Holly, and I'm like, please don't tell this person that we have curfew at 12. And I roll down the window about this much. I'm like, yes. And Godiva goes, I'm leaving. And I'm like, okay, bye. And you just, when you're 20 some years old, you don't. I just didn't want to, yeah.
And you were there for 4 years, so obviously you didn't get caught.
Oh, I got in a lot of trouble.
Oh boy.
I just didn't get fired. Okay. The other girls got fined, and they hated hanging out with me because if we went anywhere, they would get in trouble.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, you
Our
still-
poor director, you know, you gotta give it to him too. He has so many women, girls, and personalities, and people. You know, and he had to be strict. So yes, did he yell at us? Absolutely. Was he an asshole sometimes? Yes. It just is what it is. You know.
Now, speaking of some of those stories, you mentioned that you were gonna have an autobiography.
Yes.
Now, I know there's some issues with the editors. So are you?
So this is what I had. I had a lit agent for a year, and I just went to her and said, I don't like the way this is going.
Right.
And they also wanted to change it because that's not my idea. They had an idea. I'm like, I don't know anything about the book world, but I really want to tell my story. And they wanted to tell my story and add to it.
Oh.
Very generic self-help type of stuff. And
those are terrible.
they are terrible. They've already had too many like it.
Yeah.
And so I'm looking at our contract, and I said, it doesn't say an expiration date here. She goes, we'll wait till this certain time and we'll figure it out. So now I can write it the way that.
Oh, nice. So
I actually have 3. I'm not the best of writers. I can tell the story.
Right.
But I have 3 ghostwriters that
nice.
are wanting to help with that.
So a date or a deadline or a possibility?
I'd like, let's see, the 2019 is next year, so the end, maybe Christmas time.
All right.
Put it out then.
It goes on like that. You can come back to the show and talk about it.
Oh, I'd love to. Thank you.
Now, we're gonna hit the rapid fire real quick. So I'm gonna ask you a few questions.
Where's that energy drink?
I'm gonna ask you a few questions. You're gonna let me know what's the first thing that comes to your mind. So rapid fire hot tags. You ready, Tony, with that music?
Not so good at this.
Okay. Always early or always late?
Always early.
Last person you text?
Today? I think it was Lightning.
Who would play you in a movie?
Marisa Tomei.
Oh, that's a good one.
I like her.
What is the one thing you love about yourself?
Honest.
Dream dinner guest?
He's dead.
That's fine.
Elvis Presley.
Last TV show you binge watched?
Oh my gosh. Well, Glow, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
If
Netflix.
you were a crayon, what color would you be?
Red.
And if you can listen to one album for the rest of your life, what album would it be?
Kiss Alive 2.
You had it on. See? If you were on death row, what would be your last meal?
Spaghetti and meatballs.
That's the Italian side.
That's the Italian.
See, that was
Oh
easy.
my God.
Painless.
Thank you.
No problem. So tell us about
The hot seat. Woo!
Tell us about the events that you have coming up. Oh, the Glow. So I didn't even know. I'm very upset that I didn't know, but I can't be that upset because you guys are having another one. The Glow cruise.
Oh yeah, Glow Cruise, May 2019. Yes.
That's-
Leaving out of Long Beach. We'll go to Mazatlan, Puerto Vallarta, and Cabo San Lucas.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
7 days.
So do people?
So originalglowgirls.com. That's where you would go to check to find that out. www.originalglowgirls.com.
And it's annually, correct?
There has been 3 before with Afterglow.
Okay.
You've heard of Afterglow?
Yeah, I heard that in the interview.
Exactly. With cruise planners, and cruise planners is who I will use for Original Glow Girls. All it is doing another cruise with different faces.
Gotcha.
You know, the fans may be the same and new fans, but I wanted to bring in Royal Hawaiian, no one has seen. Jungle Woman, no one has seen. The California Girl or Doll, the very first one. You know what I mean? Different faces. Tanya, these people haven't been on a cruise, and so to have, it's just new faces going different places.
And I know another interview, Vine.
Johnny C as well. I'm
Johnny
sorry.
C?
Johnny C. Stephen Blantz. on that.
Vine completely kind of
Disappeared.
Has
Done.
she resurfaced anywhere?
You know what? That's sad to me because we were so tight in Glow, but so tight to the point where too much. So when you put 2 girls in the same room to sleep, you know, doing their tag matches, it's too much, and you start to like, oh, your hair's in my way. But I'm just letting you know that that did happen with us.
Right.
And then she left.
And but 20 years
nobody
later,
knew.
Or like,
Some people don't want to be
social media.
found, and so I respect that. My sister's one of the people. Her friends are like, "Why is your sister not on?" She doesn't want to be on social media. So maybe Vine doesn't want to be on social media, but she was a good tag team partner.
I know I told one of my friends that, like, he recently got married. He's like, you need to be on social media so I can be nosy and figure out what you're doing. He's like, I don't post anything. It's like, don't worry, I'll send you a text when you need to post something. But like, I need to know, just me being nosy.
I need to know.
I'm the type of person there. That's the great thing about social media.
Right.
I'm nosy, but I'm not nosy where I'm gonna like tell.
No, I
your
know
business.
that.
It's just, like,
You just like to see what's up.
and the
It's like-
kids and
it's
stuff
like a
that.
newspaper.
Yeah.
You know, it's changed. There's no newspaper now. You just go to.
Yeah, and especially with
Facebook.
everything that's going on in the news, it's nice to see
It's
people
the same thing.
doing different things.
Yes.
So you have LA Comic-Con coming up.
Yep.
The photo shoot that is going to be for the Life After book project.
Correct.
A nonprofit. The Glow Cruise, which will be 2019. Anything else?
Rhode Island Comic Con is huge, and that's November 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. That'll be my 3rd time there. And Big Event New York. I was asked to sit at a table there, and so I'm excited to sign autographs
You're
there.
a very busy woman.
When I went to 350, that premiere, there was a lot of East Coasters. I didn't go here in Los Angeles, but I went there, and there, you know, wrestling's pretty popular there. So I had a lot of people coming up and said, "Hey, will you sit at my table?" Text. It was just, you know,
nice.
it's nice to and Glow Netflix. I have to thank Glow Netflix,
A resurgence.
for it. So kudos, season 3, 4, and 5. I can't wait.
Last question.
Yes.
What do you do to look like you?
I think it's hereditary. You know, water.
Water is a
I don't
huge
always
thing.
do water because today I flew in and I wanted an energy drink. I try to watch what I eat and I exercise. I push myself to exercise. I never had to do it in Glow, I'll be honest.
Well, I mean, you're also 19,
20. Yeah, exactly. I did not have to work at it. So I'm working at it now and keeping
You look amazing.
it in, trying to keep it all in. Thank you very much. That was very sweet of you.
Now, where can people find you?
You can find me Glow at Twitter. It's Glow Hollywood, and if you guys are Instagram, it's official Glow Hollywood. Yeah,
I mean,
that's it.
That's it. Now,
That's it.
A couple things, guys. Definitely. Our poll question is: which show are you feeling the most? Total Bellas, Total Divas, or Ms. and Mrs.? Have you watched any of those?
I don't know the Miss and Ms. The
Ms. and Mrs. came on USA Network. It was,
know
I believe,
that
a
one.
6 or 7 weeks. It was Miz and his wife Maurice that was on. It was interesting.
I think it's the
prefer
Total
Divas.
Divas. The
That's
one.
the one that's on now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I
That's
like the troll
interesting.
debuts because there's just so many different personalities that
there
you can
is.
gravitate to.
Yep.
But that is the poll question we'll be posting up on Twitter for you guys to vote. Definitely, if you want to follow America's Chocolate Sweetheart, Evan T. Mack, you can go to Evan T. Mack, Sarah the Rebel, Sarah the Rebel. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, AfterBuzz TV, Wrestling and Sports. Give us a thumbs up and also leave a comment. I had a lot of people who are like, oh my gosh, I would have left a comment a long time ago, but it's just such a good show. I know it's the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet. However, we appreciate your comments because we're working to get you guys free stuff. So definitely kind of leave your comments. And for iTunes, 5 stars or better because we don't want anything other than that. On Twitter, follow us on Twitter, WPW Weekly, IG Women's Wrestling Weekly. Other than that, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for being on the show.
Thank you for having me. You're a sweetheart.
Thank you.
I love her. You do a great show.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We thank you, Kevin Arnogaro and Maria Menounos, for putting
Absolutely.
this
Thank
together.
you so much.
Also, when Glow 3 comes on, you can go. If you haven't watched it, AfterBuzz TV has a Glow after show. They did 1 and 2. Little Egypt was the lead, and you also were on the show.
Yes.
One
Couple
of the,
times.
Couple times.
2 this year, 1 last year.
Oh, okay. You
Yeah.
season regular. So 3, 4, and 5. Definitely check out AfterBuzz for all that. Other than that, we will see you guys next week. My name is TK Trinidad. You can find me on everything at TK Trinidad. Till next week. Ciao, guys.
Bye-bye.
From executive producers Kevin Undergaro, Maria Menounos, Phil Svitek, producer TK Trinidad, and me, Mark Donica, your voice of AfterBuzz TV Wrestling, we ask you to rate and comment on iTunes, subscribe to AfterBuzz Wrestling on YouTube, and find us on all social media. Thank you for watching Women's Pro Wrestling Weekly. See you next week.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.